Okay, so welcome back from the other video where I explained the basics of HTML. So in this video, I'm going to teach you more about HTML tags. So before I start to do that, I'll need to introduce you to HTML5. So HTML5 is basically the same thing with the regular HTML. The only difference is that HTML5 comes with more features, but it's basically the same thing. So before I move to HTML5, the very first thing I'm going to do is I need to copy this here so I can still have it in my HTML5 document. So copy that, then I could get rid of this one. So in order for me to invoke HTML5 template, so I'm going to type HTML, and once I type this HTML, my Visual Studio Code is going to recommend these options for me. So I'm going to select the HTML that I want, which is HTML5, and once I click on it, this appears. So this is basically my HTML template, which is similar to the one before, just that in this one it comes with more stuff, which is like meta tags. So this meta tag wasn't present, and this doc type wasn't present either. So but it's basically the same thing. It functions the same way. The only thing is it comes with more features. So this is a recommended way to write your HTML. I used the other way before so that it would be simpler to understand the whole functions. Both actually work, but this is the recommended way. So all I have to do is let me paste in my content from the other exactly, and here we go. So we can go ahead to edit the title to be John's website, just like before. So it could be John's website and hit save. Okay, now I'm going to be introducing four extra tags to this. So it's going to be I'm going to be starting with the B tag, which is the bold tag. So let's say in this paragraph, I wanted to make the favorites here to be bold. All I'll have to do is I'll just have to include an opening tag for B, then close it. And HTML automatically imports a closing tag for me, but this is not where I want it to be. I want it to be wrapped around favorites. So it's gonna be here. So once I hit my save, boom. Now the favorites here is bolded. So this is what you use in bolding text in HTML. Then the next one I'm going to use is the I tag, which is for italics. So I could just do this I don't want to write this in favorites anymore. Let me just make city to be italic. So I could just say I tag here. Then I'll remove it from here because I want it to be wrapped around city. So I could just put it here and boom. You see here, city is in italics. So this is how you use the B tag and the I tag. The B tag for making it bold and the I tag for making it italic. So the next tag I'm going to be using is the button tag. So whenever you go to a page and you see a button and you click on it and it does something, it's usually done with button tag. So I'll start by writing button, sorry, button, then close it. Then Visual Studio automatically brings in the closing tag for button. So I could just say click me. And when we hit save, this appears just like this. It appears here as a button, but then obviously it doesn't do anything because there is nothing inside. It's just a text that is inside here. So the next tag I'm going to introduce you to is the anchor tag, which is the A tag. So the A tag is used for bringing in links to the HTML document. So we could say something like A space href equal to double quotations. Then inside these double quotations, I can write a link. So I can't just do something like www.google.com. I have to write it in a more specific way, which is something like https colon double slash this. Then when I close my anchor tag, my HTML, my Visual Studio automatically brings in the closing tag for me. So here I could say something like Google link, and once I hit save, it appears here. So once I click on this, it takes me to Google. Boom, exactly. So let me just take that back. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is, in order to be more creative, because this our button tag here didn't work when we clicked on it. So what we could do to make it functional is this anchor tag that is here, we could wrap it around the button so that anytime we click on the button, the button is wrapped with a link. So it goes to this link. So this is what we could do. We could come here, cut it and paste it here. Then we could cut this as well. I'll just remove this text here. So let me just make it more cleaner. Exactly. So you see what I just did? I just this is the button. I just wrapped it with the A tag. So the A tag is for links. So now if I hit save, it changes. So for example, if I happen to go to the browser, which is now wrapped with the A tag, which is google.com, and I click on it, it goes to google.com instantly. So this is how you make a button functional to go to any link that you want it to go to. So the next tag I'm going to talk about is going to be the BR tag. So it's like a line breaker. So for example, in this header here, if I wanted it to be my favorites and food should come directly under here, how would I be able to move the food to be here, to be under my favorites? If I try to do something like this and I hit save, it just wouldn't work because that's not how HTML functions. So what I have to do is bring in the BR tag, which is BR tag. I'm sorry, it is a self-closing tag. So the BR tag is not like the regular tags that I've previously introduced. So actually, it happens that there are some tags in HTML that do not require an opening tag and a closing tag. Some are just called self-closing tags. So in this situation, the BR is a self-closing tag, and we could just write it as the BR. Now, once we put it here, anything that follows it automatically goes to the next line. So once I hit my save, now I've been able to move the food to the next line, which is under my favorites. So this is exactly how you do it. Now the next one I'm going to teach you is how to use the image tag, which is the IMG tag. Now the IMG tag is also a self-closing tag as well. So I could just come and write IMG and my Visual Studio will recommend it to me. And once I click on it, it's going to help me to almost write the whole thing. So it has written this for me, and all I have to do is this right here represents the source. This stands for like image, and this stands for source. So this is the source. Um, Inside or in between this double quotation is where you put whatever link that you want to get into your image. So you could literally go to the browser, copy any image link, right click to copy any image link and paste it here, and it will appear in your HTML document. Or instead of doing that, if you want a common way, which is to directly import it from your laptop or your system, you could do that locally by let me just minimize this right here. So for example, if I wanted to import this image into our HTML file, the very first thing we need to do is we'll move into the folder of our project, which is here. So once we've moved it in, we'll open our VS Code and it's going to be located there. So now if I want to access this and bring it into the website, all I have to do is I use a / and it appears here in the option. So once I click on it and I hit my save, it appears here. It appears immediately. Now, the alt tag, if you may ask, what is it used for? This is basically used for, let me just say, sample image. It's just for writing the description of the image, like the title of the image here. So I could just say sample image. Now, why is this important? It's important because, for example, if I misspell the image or something goes wrong to the image, let me just remove the G and I put something like this, hit S. So in a situation like this, it will display to the user that this is a sample image. So the user should be able to understand, and not just the user, but also to the search engines. So this is actually very important for SEO purposes. So let's just go back and Control S. Exactly. So with this, we've been able to achieve the basics of HTML. Okay, let me just revise the whole thing here again. So in the beginning, replaced the regular HTML with HTML5, which is the recommended HTML for building websites and for the browser. So it's basically the same thing with the other one. The only difference is just the meta tags above and some other little things. And as well, we have our tags here, and all our tags are wrapped. So for example, we have our header tag, and our header tag here has the BR tag. The BR tag is used for moving the next text to the next line. So like this is what happened here, and this is as a result of the BR tag. The BR tag is a self-closing tag, and it does not require an opening tag and a closing tag to do its work. Then the next line we have in the paragraph tag, we have the bold tag, the B tag, and it's used for making a particular text to appear in bold, just like it happened here. So the next one is the I tag, which is for the italics. So we use that to put the city in between and made it to appear as italic with the opening tag and the closing tag. So it appeared to be italic. Then we wrapped our button inside the A tag, the anchor tag. So this button now is wrapped with a link, which is google.com. So once you click on it, it takes us straight to Google. And the image tag, we just have to move our image to the folder of the project. Then once we use a /, it appears directly into our file. And if we don't want to do that, if we want to fetch it from a website, we could just do it, go to an image and right click, copy the link, and the same way we copy the link here, but for an image we paste it here and it's going to appear exactly here. So I hope with this you've been able to gain a basic understanding of how to use HTML tags. So if you like this video and found it useful, kindly leave a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, kindly leave your comments. And if you like this video and want to gain more knowledge on HTML and CSS, kindly check out the next video.